Ever stared at a product page, saw a sleek photo of a Rackmount battery module, thought this will solve my power outage worries, only to find it sitting in the corner of the server room collecting dust because it never fit the way the listing promised? You're not alone. A lot of us have been burned by plug-and-play claims that turn into a maze of cables, firmware quirks, and wasted square footage. That's why today's review is all about cutting through the hype and helping you decide if the Tripp Lite 192V extended battery pack module is the right addition to your UPS setup. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's set the stage. If you run a small to mid-size data center, a remote office with a few critical servers, or even a network closet that powers VoIP phones and a PBX, you already know that a standard UPS can only keep the lights on for a few minutes once the utility fails. Those minutes are great for keeping a workstation alive, but they're not enough to let a server gracefully shut down, sync with replication partners, or finish a backup job. That's the exact scenario where an external battery pack becomes more than a nice-to-have. It's a safety net that buys you the extra 10, 20, even 30 minutes you need to avoid data loss. The Tripp Lite module is designed to bolt onto an existing Tripp Lite UPS that supports the 192V battery architecture. What makes it stand out is the fact that the batteries live outside the UPS chassis, freeing up internal space and allowing you to stack multiple packs for longer runtimes. In practice, I've seen IT admins install a single pack on a 2 kVA UPS in a 3U rack, then Daisychain a second pack for redundancy. The heavy-gauge cabling that comes with the kit isn't just for show, it reduces voltage drop, which means the UPS sees a more stable power source during an outage and can deliver the advertised runtime more consistently. Installation is where the rubber meets the road. Because the unit is a 3U rack mount module, you'll need at least 3 rack slots free, plus a few inches of clearance behind the rack for the cabling. The included rails slide in nicely, and the hardware is pre-drilled for the standard 19-inch mounting holes, so you don't spend an afternoon hunting for the right screws. If you prefer a tower setup, the kit includes a set of brackets that let you mount the pack on the side of a UPS or on a nearby shelf. The learning curve isn't steep, but you do need to follow the wiring diagram carefully. Misconnecting the positive and negative leads can trigger an alarm on the UPS and shut down the whole system. Once it's hooked up, the UPS recognizes the external pack automatically and shows the combined runtime on its LCD. Now, let's talk about the practical strengths. The most obvious win is the extended runtime. In a test I ran on a 1.5 kVA UPS powering a virtualized environment, adding a single Tripp Lite pack pushed the shutdown window from roughly 7 minutes to about 22 minutes under a full load. That extra time was enough to let the hypervisor complete VM snapshots and let the storage array finish a scheduled sync. The second strength is reliability. Tripp Lite backs this product with a 2-year warranty and a reputation for solid support. When a battery cell needed replacement, their service team walked me through the RMA process over the phone and had a replacement shipped within a week. The third plus is flexibility. The Daisychain option means you can start with one pack and add more later without replacing the whole UPS, perfect for growing businesses. On the flip side, there are trade-offs you need to consider before you click Add to Cart. The external pack adds weight. A single BP 192V 12-3U unit weighs around 35 pounds, so you'll need to make sure your rack can handle the load and that the floor can support it if you're stacking multiple units. The extra cabling, while heavy gauge for good reason, also takes up space behind the rack and can look a bit messy if you don't plan the cable routing in advance. Another point is compatibility. The module only works with Tripp Lite UPS models that are rated for the 192V battery architecture, so if you're running a different brand or an older Tripp Lite unit, you'll need to either upgrade the UPS or look for a different solution. Finally, cost is a factor. The extended pack is a premium accessory. You're paying for the extra runtime, the heavy-duty cabling, and the warranty. If your environment can tolerate a shorter outage window, the extra expense may not be justified. So, who should buy this thing? If you're an IT manager responsible for keeping servers online during utility failures, especially in industries where data integrity is non-negotiable, think healthcare, finance, or e-commerce, this battery pack is a solid investment. It also makes sense for remote sites that rely on a single UPS and have limited access to generators. The modular nature means you can start small.